What's up, guys? Welcome back to week 2 of the Missouri Valley Conference. Tonight, we got an exciting matchup, Valpo Overwatch versus Missouri State University. And without further ado, we are going to head straight into game 1. Exciting matchup here today. Valpo in their week 1 in the Missouri Valley with a dominant 3-0 victory over University of Evansville. Today, going to be taking on Missouri State University. Starting lineup tonight for Valpo is going to be Atlas and Wit at DPS, Fusic at tank, and Meepo and NH Cool Stuff rounded out as support. So far, got a Tracer from Atlas, going to be an interesting one to watch, and then the Doomfist from Fusic. Definitely an exciting character to watch for tank as well. So we'll definitely start on the Doomfist, gets the TP in, goes very deep right away. Now this map, Ilios, the first map of Control Point here, is highlighted by this big, massive circle of void in the middle, so got to be careful you don't get knocked into there, booped in. Atlas immediately finds a kill, and we see Fusic going for a flank here. See what he's able to do. Ball, Lamp, tank for Missouri State, finding the pick on Wiz, so we're at even 1-1 so far. Fusic finding a good kill on their support, so Valpo going to be at advantage and is going to find the capture. Lamp finding another one. This Ball, Wrecking Ball, can be a very unique, oppressive character, so some very interesting, unique team comms coming out for this map 1 of Ilios. See the tanks going at each other a bit here. NH Cool Stuff finding the kill onto their support. We do see Fusic unfortunately fall, and we're going to take a peek over at Atlas on this Tracer. Tracer character who's going to look to get in those back lines, find the flank, and NH Cool Stuff on the Lucio, finding another kill, finds the boop on Lamp into the center of the void. Oh, and another boop from NH Cool Stuff as we take a peek over at NH Cool Stuff. Able to knock the opponents into the abyss here. Fusic finding another kill, and Valpo starting to take some space here. Is already up to 50% here on map 1, but looking really strong here. Missouri State heading into this match had a game scheduled against Illinois State. Didn't look like that one happened, so it must have been a reschedule. So I believe this is going to be their first game of the season here. I got a few games against Missouri State here this week as we see NH Cool Stuff and Wrecking Ball both toying with the Abyss a little bit here, but we're going to get an ultimate coming out from NH Cool Stuff, going to buff up his team, give him a lot of health in this team fight, as Missouri State is going to have a strong contest here, and Gates come out for Missouri State. Atlas finds a kill on their Tracer. We do see the Doomfist with ultimate available as well for repositioning if needed. One is contested right now at 90% for Valpo. Valpo looking to finish out this one. Do have 3 ultimates available. Definitely have the ult econ advantage here. Wit does unfortunately fall with ult. Not going to be great. Valpo still hanging on here with this Doomfist ult if they ever drop low. Going to be at 99% here. Going to get the overtime on Cassidy. Finds the kill. That's a huge kill for Valpo. And going to be on a support, and Atlas finds one on the other support as well. Looks like Valpo is going to be able to take advantage here. Wrecking Ball able to move around on point, fly around. Wrecking Ball goes down, and that looks like it's going to be map 1 for Valpo.
Meteor strike.
Valpo with a very strong first control point.
0-1.
Doomfist is something we don't see too often come from Fusick. I know it's something that he plays a lot, but actually in the competition, do not get to see it much at all. So definitely a confident wild pick from Fusick here.
This is such a misuse of my technology.
Have similar comms coming out from both sides. Atlas just going to be on this hero for just a minute to get that TP over, and probably going to switch over to that Tracer again as we see what happens. Yep, going to pop over to that Tracer. Second map at Helios. The point is over to the side a little bit. Positioning really important here. The Wrecking Ball definitely makes that odd. The Wrecking Ball is kind of definitely a very non-traditional tank. We'll have this Shojin from Wit. Shojin from both sides, but going to have that Reaper Tracer matchup for the other DPS. A nice shot there, but unfortunately does get traded out. Missouri State with a couple kills here. Missouri State going to be an advantage, but we'll see who's able to capture point first. And Fusick going to drop low. Looks like Valpo is split there. Missouri State going to capture point for the first time in this series. NH Cool Stuff unfortunately getting booped off there. I think one thing about this NECC MVC rule set that does favor us is we don't get any hero bans coming out, which means NH Cool Stuff can stay on this Lucio as much as he wants, because the other conference we play in the GLEC does have hero bans that were just introduced this season for the first time, and see it in a couple other conferences around collegiate. It's really interesting to see it kind of play out, as it's a very normal, been a thing for a long time in League of Legends. But it means Valpo here can play their one tricks, can play stuff that they're comfortable on. Unfortunately, Fusick on the Doomfist is going to die again to Wrecking Ball. We'll see if we get a swap. At 82% ult charge, doesn't want to pull that swap just yet. This whole time, Missouri State does have control point up to 60% here. Valpo is going to want to find a chance to get in. Kaiser for the side of Missouri State uses ultimate and is able to find kill on Fusick again. Wit dropping low, gonna have to back off. Valpo has 3, almost 4 ultimates up. He's gonna look to make their push pretty soon here. Wit unfortunately drops in that Wrecking Ball Lucio combo up there, getting very aggro. And we just see Atlas waiting for his moment here. Gotta wait for the team to get here. Does get the touch in. Gonna look for a cap. Be able to sneak it in, I doubt it. Oh, so close. Be able to find that kill. Valpo almost capped here. And it's going to be at 99%, so they're going to have to get their touch in. We have Fusic using his ultimate, finding the kill.
This ends now.
We have a lot of ultimates here. Shojin ulting as well. See what they're able to find here.
This is our objective now.
Finding the kill onto their Lucio. Amp going to trade one back onto Tracer, but Valpo does get control of point. That's the important thing, but runs out of room for slip-ups because Missouri State is at 99% here.
Not so fast. There's the enemy turret.
Does get booped off there. That's going to be unfortunate, but Fusic able to find two. Fusic starting to show us why he stayed on this Doomfist for the rest of the second point. Have both support ultimates up for Valpo. Would have that B drop and gates. And Wit unfortunately falls again to the Wrecking Ball. The Wrecking Ball and Lucio have done a great job of picking off these lone members of Valpo who have been split from the team. So quite deep here, does not have an ultimate. Does find the turret. Have a couple ults come out here for Missouri State as they get their contest in. And they do get the cap, so it's going to force overtime here for Valpo, and they are not racking up percent now. Wit getting a triple. See if Valpo has Atlas. Like everyone's I'm going on is dead, and Missouri State is going to take the second control point here. And when I'm controlling the camera, I can't find anyone alive. That's not a good sign for Valpo in that team fight. Gonna be 1-1 here. Need to see this map 3 of Ilios, one that haven't seen too often.
Time for the good bit.
See if Valpo decides to switch up their team comp. I would like to see a more traditional Marissa, maybe Diva. Something that can complement their team, a tank that can, stick with their team. But Fusic feeling confident on this Doomfist.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
We have a same comp coming out from the side of Missouri State as well. Going to have that Lucio, that Wrecking Ball. Something to watch out for sure. Okay, getting a lot of ult charge early. We'll see what he's up to.
Have to defend the point.
Objective is unlocked. Whoever is able to get this first tick is going to be really important. We'll see who gets the first cap. It looks like Missouri State is taking a lot of space here as Atlas does fall. Valpo having a tough time dealing with this Wrecking Ball. Had an extremely strong first map, winning 100-0. So far, haven't found much success since. Sick finds a pick onto the Tracer. Just trying to stay alive back here, but not able to do so. Cool stuff on this Lucio, trying to keep his team alive, but we are dropping like flies at the moment as both DPS is going down and Meepo as well. Valpo going to be at quite a severe disadvantage here, going to need some time to regroup, get some ultimates. We do see Atlas make the switch off Tracer. I believe he was close to ultimate as well. Maybe that adjustment can help deal with this team comp that Missouri State's pulling off, because it's definitely something that Valpo's not too used to. Do have the gates available. Meepo unfortunately going to get picked. Fusic going to drop really low. Does find the kill onto their Tracer though. Valpo starting to take some space here. Atlas able to finish off that kill. Wrecking Ball using ultimate, able to find the Lucio. Drops quite low here. Doomfist does have ultimate. I believe Doomfist ultimate is used typically like the Diva ult, kind of just to reposition. As we'll see it right now, as he did get anti-heal, dropped quite low there. Atlas finds a kill on Kaiser. Valpo looking to cap point here. We're gonna cap point just towards the end as well, and we do have a Wit picking up a double kill with the ult. Economy pretty low on both sides. We do have Meepo making the switch to Juno. Juno's a character that we see a ton of on the Academy team, one of the favorites for both their supports. Yusik unfortunately will drop, not able to find the heals. Do get the beat drop. Unfortunately going to get picked. Atlas as well, and we do see the Wrecking Ball coming out from Fusick, just trying to get to point in time. It's going to force overtime. Going to have to buy a lot of time here for Valpo if they want a chance. Unfortunately gets pushed off point, and it doesn't look like any members of Valpo are able to get back in time. That is going to do it for game one, going the way of Missouri State. So we'll take a look at the play game, probably going to find something that we missed. We have NH cool stuff on this Lucio. I bet it is on this second map on the Elios here, as he finds the boop onto Wrecking Ball there. It's going to go in deep. Finds another kill. Great play by the Lucio there, NH cool stuff. But unfortunately, Valpo does drop in game one. Are going to take a quick peek at the starting lineup tonight for Valpo. We got Fusick on tank, Wit and Atlas on DPS, and then rounding it off, we got Meepo and NH cool stuff on support. But unfortunately, Valpo looked really strong on that first point, but weren't able to finish on Elios here on control in game one. So with that, we will head to a short break with Missouri State taking the 1-0 advantage. We'll be right back. And welcome back to game two of Valpo versus Missouri State University here. And we are heading to Kings Row for map 2 here, so definitely a very comfort pick for both sides, I presume. at this first point here, Valpo fortunately drops in game one. A lot of things that I think could have went better for Valpo in game one. Looked like they had a little bit of a split going on. Weren't playing quite as much as a team as well, but I think part of that does come from the comp. But we will see the Hazard coming out from Valpo for Fusick. And this is the new tank player that we got to see a glimpse of in week one. But Hazard, pretty strong character, has a very strong ultimate ability as well, can lock up enemies. But yeah, we'll see how the Hazard goes for Valpo. And we're going to have the same comp coming out for Missouri State. They got the Shojin, the Reaper, the Wrecking Ball, and are going to switch up the supports just a bit as well. So are going to have that Juno. And then for the side of Valpo, going to switch Atlas on the Reaper, Wit going to be on that Shojin again. And on King's Row here, we do see Valpo taking quite a bit of space here and going to win that first initial team fight. We saw Meepo pick up a double care there, and Wrecking Ball going to have to leave for the team. See if Valpo is able to find the stagger. Unfortunately not, but Valpo able to be really strong on this first initial attack team fight. Going to win it convincing. Thing I do like about Hazard on King's Row is he's able to block off some of those high point windows with his ability there. But definitely a unique character. Feel like we don't see too many new heroes very often compared to games like League of Legends, Valorant, some of the games we're used to. So seeing a new character to shake things up is very exciting. We do have Reaper finding the pick on the Wit and is able to shadow out. We do have the Wrecking Ball getting into our back line. Just being an annoyance for those supports. You see Fusick finding the kill onto the Shojin. You see our Shojin Wit pushing forward, finding some nice shots. Wit able to find a kill on their support. Reaper going down as well. When able to finish that one off, and Valpo going to be steaming ahead with the payload here. Valpo about halfway through this push with 4 minutes 30 seconds left and making great time here. Do have some ultimates starting to come available. We do see NH cool stuff with beat drop and the Hazard with ultimate as well for Valpo, Wrecking Ball, and Shojin with ult for the side of Missouri State. We have Wrecking Ball picking up one using his ultimate. Atlas going to have a Reaper ult available too, so we'll see if he can find an angle into the team here. They're going to have Ray and Shojin also. Going to have 5 ultimates up for the side of Valpo. Drops. We'll see what ults we decide to spend here.
Thanks for the help.
Economy definitely in the favor of Valpo, but with a member down, you want to be careful where we use them. We do have the Reaper ult coming out for Missouri State, but Wit able to trade it back. And that's going to be a huge trade for Valpo, taking out the Reaper ult in a 1-for-1. Valpo content with burning a little bit of time here. Going to still have over 3 minutes left, so plenty of time here. And we're going to see a lot of ultimates dropped for Missouri State. Valpo's still holding on to theirs. And they are just going to have to keep holding on to them because all members for Valpo dropped now. Fusick trying not to get staggered here as Wrecking Ball able to chase him down pretty quickly. Looks like he's able to get back to the safety of his team just in time. Valpo, ult economy wise, gonna want to use what they need to win the fight, but no more than that. Fusick able to find a kill. Does get antied and slept. Wit able to find a kill though, and we'll see the beat drop come out. Wit finding 2. Valpo able to advance forward to the second point just 1 meter away, and they're able to capture it, add some more time, so up to 3:45 now. Wit in deep, dropping low. Fusick getting antied. Meepo finding the kill though. Fusic dropping extremely low. The support's able to keep him alive. Great job by Meepo and NH Cool Stuff there. Missouri State doing a great job of finding these antis onto the hazard here. And Valpo has yet to use the hazard ult, the Shojin ult, the Reaper ult all game. So we'll see when they decide to drop those. H Cool Stuff does drop. Wit drops as well. Music going to drop low. You see the Juno is going to fall as well. Valpo just going to have to respawn here. Have plenty of time here for this final push. Going to have 2:45 left. Now, would like to see Valpo just start to actually use these ultimates, because at this point, Missouri State has already been through their first rotation. Valpo has on the supports, but I mean, Wrecking Ball's got its ult back up. Shojin is approaching their ult. We'll see if Atlas can find his angle here as he TPs in quite deep. Juno does fall. H Cool Stuff, so both supports down for Valpo. I'm going to have to back out again, unfortunately. So Valpo facing a bit of adversity here as they pass that first checkpoint, looking to get this full push here on attack. Atlas looking for an angle, but does get spotted out there. You have the ball on her back line and is now going to be flanking essentially. Valpo just decides to push forward into their team. Does get an amazing sleep for Missouri State, but Fusic's able to find one. Able to find a kill there. Valpo looks like they're pushing forward, have 4 ultimates available here. Love to just see an ult dump on this last final contest. We do have the Ray, the Reaper ult, and they're just going to be dumping everything. Atlas finds the kill onto the Juno. Atlas finding another kill. Music able to find their support as well, and it looks like Valpo will get a full push here on attack with 1 minute left, and that's going to be huge. So Valpo dropping game 1, but it's coming out very, very strong here on game 2. All they need to do on defense here is defend a full push. Even then, would have overtime.
Initiating match.
I appreciate the viewers' patience with me on Spectate and Solo Cast today, making my job a little easier with the mod. So keep doing your job, guys. Cheering on being just respectable Valpo esports fans here. Always appreciate seeing the alumni in the chat, cheering on Fusic and the rest of the team. Valpo going to be on defense here. Going to have the Reaper, Shojin, Hazard, Juno, and Lucio.
Why didn't you talk to me before you ran off with talent?
Bill has been leaning towards this Juno in this second game here on King's Row.
We were friends, Gabe.
I think Juno a little better fit on King's Row than Ilios, so it makes sense here. As much as I do like watching the Doomfist, have historically just seen better performance when Fusic has been off the Doomfist. I think Fusic is very strong on Doomfist, but it can be a very difficult tank character to play with, coordinator and as a team. And you know, I don't know, I just don't think it works out every time I see it. But anyways, this Hazard, new character, has already shown just great understanding of this character, and it's pretty impressive that they're able to pick this up and make it work out. So far here in game 2, Reaper dropping low, gonna have to TP out. Now if you remember, Valpo is on attack, we're able to cap this point very quickly. You have Atlas finding the kill on the Reaper in the 1v1. Wrecking Ball going to take out Meepo, so Valpo down 2 members right now to 1. Atlas gonna fall as well, and it looks like Valpo is gonna have to back off here. looks like Valpo is actually going to recontest here. Music finding the kill on one of the supports for Missouri State. Meepo just trying to keep Valpo alive here. Ball does drop quite low. .230 left. Valpo is able to hold. Missouri State's only able to get 2/3 of the way to unlocking the first point and unlocking the payload here. We have the ultimate coming out for Wrecking Ball, able to find Wit on the Shojin. We have Hazard ult available here. Gonna get Raid come out. Yusik diving in deep. Going to use his ultimate there. Lamp trading one back on Meepo. But Valpo looks like they're going to be in the advantage for this fight. Wrecking Ball finding another one. Wrecking Ball finding the kill on the Reaper as well. Valpo just taking more time here. Man, that Hazard is tanky. That's insane. Not a damage mitigation there, but we do get the Ray out from Meepo. But unfortunately, Valpo going to drop all members but Atlas here. Missouri State is able to unlock the payload here. Only going to have 4 minutes to work with on this push. Both DPS ults available. 1 DPS, 1 support for the side of Missouri State. Have a Wit finding a great shot onto Kaiser there. Getting antsy. Valpo looking to make their contest here. Their Reaper uses the ultimate, finds nothing. Atlas able to sneak out of that one. Atlas looking for a Reaper ult of his own here. We'll see if he's able to find a way in. We do have the ball getting his ult out. Trading kills on Wit there. Sig just taking a ton of damage here. Is able to survive, and his cool stuff dropping. Dropping as well, so with both supports down, Valpo going to have to give some space here. So 240 left to get to this next checkpoint for Missouri State, and they're making pretty good pace so far. See if Valpo decides to contest at this checkpoint. Looks like they are going to get a touch in, as we do see Fusik jump in, get slept, get antied, and both DPS are going to drop for Valpo, so it looks like it wasn't the best decision, unfortunately. Valpo going to be a bit staggered off of that team kill, so Meepo and NH Cool Stuff going to still be down. So probably going to need to wait a minute for the supports to truly dive in.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Let's get anti-ed and it's going to fall. Valpo having 2 members down, 3 members. It looks like NH Cool Stuff is going to fall as well. Atlas going to TP out of here. Missouri State with 3 minutes left are making their approach to this full push. So Valpo, they want to have a good advantage in overtime, are going to need to make a stop right now. See if Valpo's able to get the touch in. He's going to get the Ray and the B drop out, so Valpo needs to win this fight. Have invested a lot already. Wit finding 2 great shots here. Going to take down the DPS and support. Trading one back onto Atlas. Looks like Valpo are able to push away Missouri State here. Just a moment. It seemed like Missouri State, after they unlocked the payload, had a pretty flawless push. Just now dealing with their first team fight loss. Going to have ultimate available here on Shojin, as we do see the ultimate. Just misses a couple shots there. Was able to find one, drop him low. Kaiser does drop. decent value from the ultimate there. Are going to have that Reaper ult availment next. For the TP. Is he able to find his flank? Ball just spinning around on point here, causing havoc for Valpo. Reaper looking for another TP. Is he able to drop in? No, there's going to be a Ray there. Does find a huge ultimate, but Valpo having so many members down already, it looks like Missouri State is going to take this one with a full push.
Complete.
Going to have 12 extra seconds here in this overtime.
3-3.
See what it actually adds up to.
Initiating match.
To be heading into overtime. It's going to be huge momentum for the series here. Is Missouri State able to go up 2-0, or is Valpo able to even up this series? Very important overtime here in game 2.
Ready for battle.
Valpo is going to pull out the same comp here. Potentially not. Do have Fusic on the Doomfist.
I really need to
Also, NH Cool Stuff switching off of Lucio. That would be a potentially even more surprising pick.
Terran speaks so many different languages.
Was kind of negative towards the Doomfist earlier, so we'll see how it works out. I hope I am wrong.
5.
Fusic obviously knows way more about Overwatch than I, but we'll see how it goes here. Valpo is going to be just a tad shorter on time than Missouri State here. Are going to be on attack first. Going to have that wrecking ball on flank and already giving trouble for Valpo's backline. Drawing a lot of attention, able to jump all the way out, did have that anti drop low. Oh, but Kaiser was able to find that kill, sneak from out of nowhere. Fortunately, that's going to be a lot of time for Valpo off of the clock. H Cool Stuff drops as well. Valpo in awkward timing here because they're going to be forced to just immediately start the next team fight off of these respawns. Are going to be at 10 seconds here. Valpo is going to be forced to go in. Fusic getting quite deep, does get slept. Are able to get the touch. Sure, someone stays on point. Wait, able to find a kill. Kaiser and Lamb finding a kill. Atlas trading one back onto the wrecking ball. So tank down for Missouri State. 4 members down, 5 members down for Missouri State. And it looks like Valpo is going to get cap here, so super important team fight win, clutch team fight win for Valpo. They're going to unlock and escort the payload. Going to be in overtime this whole time, so going to have one of these supports here on payload duty. Just have Fusic creating space for the team on that Doomfist. It is approaching ultimate on this Shojin. He's going to have it available now, and a lot of ults for Valpo coming up. Actually, Wrecking Ball is going to have his ult available as well too, so got to be scared for that. If it does get anti-healed, is he able to get healed up? Have the Wrecking Ball ult come out. He's going to find a kill on Atlas, and going to find one on Wit as well, and finding a third on Amiibo. We do have the repositioning ult for the Doomfist, but unfortunately does see 9 there. All members were dead for Valpo during that Doomfist ult.
4. Switching sides.
So Valpo able to get a good amount of distance there. That was a super huge team fight win at the end there, so we'll see what Valpo is able to do on defense, but it's definitely a very important hold for the series. Ooh, and we do see the Diva coming out for Fusick. Love to see it. Big Diva fan. I like this pick a lot. Honestly, is like can accomplish similar things to the Doomfist. Can play with the team, mitigate a lot of damage with that shield, absorb a lot of different things, but also more importantly, can shift up, go for picks, play away from the team as well. Has a lot of mobility, can do a lot of damage. So we'll see how it works out. That Wrecking Ball though has been very, very strong, difficult to deal with, potentially annoying for Valpo's backline.
One. Attackers
But talk about a unique tank pick. Wrecking Ball is one for sure. So Valpo looking to just really needs to win 1 or 2 team fights here and is going to be able to secure game 2. Valpo does drop early in this one though, unfortunately. Able to find the kill on the ball, and that is going to be huge for Valpo. Missouri State will have another chance with the respawn and the time available. Looks like they kind of just immediately back off once their Wrecking Ball dropped. Does get antied here. Gonna have to back out a bit. Valpo doesn't want to have a member drop here, especially the tank. Want to have 15 seconds here. Meepo unfortunately drops. Atlas just staying alive. Valpo dropping quite low. Missouri State starting to get some progress on the point. Looks like Fusick was able to remech there. Fusick does drop. Atlas drops. Wit drops. In overtime, Missouri State is able to get the cap on point.
Objective lost. Stop.
Do lose the objective here.
I'm not a fan of setbacks.
Are going to have a chance to charge up some ultimates and look for a team fight win because Valpo is still going to have a chance. Just need to win 1 team fight here. Get them off point. Missouri State on their end just need 1 team fight win for them as well. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's going to come down to this team fight right now. And we do see a Reaper all come out in the back line. Atlas able to find one on a Kaiser Wit, finding one as well. And traded one back onto Atlas. Wrecking Ball does use that ultimate, going to find a Wit. So several members dropping for both sides. Just going to be down to a bare bones team comp. We do have this Steve ult available. Probably going to have it for the remech. Does get slept here. Going to have this Ray available for Valpo in just a second. Does die right before they're able to get the Ray off. Oh, and not able to get the remech. And Missouri State is going to take game 2. Very, very close King's Row here.
Play of the game.
Play of the game is going to go to Lamp on this Wrecking Ball. It's looking very strong. Able to find NH cool stuff and just dive onto their backline here. Going to find another onto Meepo. So unfortunately, Valpo does drop on game 2 as well in this best of 5 series versus Missouri State. But Valpo going to have another chance, an opportunity at the reverse sweep. Gonna need 3 games back to back, but these games have been really close. And I think Valpo, just needs a couple things to switch up, a couple changes, and I think they got a good chance here in game 3. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back with that game 3. And we're headed to Esperanza for Game 3 push map. Match point for Missouri State.
Ready for battle.
Valpo, no more room for error. And we do have Fusick hovering the wrecking ball currently. Do have the Genji for Atlas. Shojin for Wit. Kiriko. And the Lucio. That took a lot of brain power to remember all 5 of those characters, but we did it.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
So we will follow Wrecking Ball as he... Oh, I can't even keep up with him. As he is going deep into their team. Maybe the best way to deal with this Wrecking Ball is going to be a ball of ourselves. The Wrecking Ball has definitely been the key to Missouri State's victory, I feel like, so far in Game 1 and Game 2. Atlas, unfortunately, dropping to the Juno early. I am not sure how that happened. But NH Cool Stuff going to find their Reaper, so both supports able to find kills on their DPSs early. Valpo going to take control of the bot first. Great shot there. Just a lot of trades back and forth early so far in this Game 3. You see this Genji finding the reflect onto Reaper. Fusick able to find the kill on the Wrecking Ball, but Wit does go down before that. Valpo so far able to advance on this push map, even though we've traded a lot of kills back and forth and haven't really had a true team fight advantage, but Valpo has had this positional advantage and been able to keep control of the bot. Of their Wrecking Ball, causing some havoc, but Valpo I think decided to just kind of play as a team and ignore him. As Atlas will fall there. We have Fusick with the ultimate from NH Cool Stuff. Or no, pardon me, just a ton of healing out of nowhere. NH Cool Stuff is going to have beat drop available. Just trying to stay on the spot for the team, but is going to get picked off by the Shojin. Hippo trying to stay alive as well. Going to have ult available. We'll see where he decides to drop it. Ball dropping very low. Atlas able to find a kill onto their Reaper. Atlas has had this Reaper's number so far here in Game 3. Fusick finding the kill there on their support. Valpo able to get past this checkpoint, so are going to have that closer respawn here. Going to be huge if Valpo needs to use it. Do have a raid coming out, but the Juno immediately dying. I think we're gonna stay on Atlas here till we get the ult come out. Have Fusick drop his ultimate, beat drop. Valpo is still advancing here. Missouri State has found kills, but have not been able to get control of point. Valpo already 95 meters in, and we do get the ultimate coming out from Atlas. Kaiser does find one on Fusick. Atlas able to trade one back onto Kaiser after Kaiser finds two. Gonna have tanking and support done for Valpo. Going to have the Reaper ult come out. As their ball is able to find two, and they're finally able to find control of the point here. So Valpo advancing 100 meters, 5 minutes and 50 seconds into this one. Going to be a very strong first half of Game 3 for Valpo. But I mean, Valpo, it feels like they've been in the advantage in Game 1 and Game 2, so, I mean, they really just got to hold on to it at this point. I will say I think Push Map is one of the tougher maps to come back from a deficit. Wit finding a great shot. Atlas finding one as well as we see Fusick diving in on our back line. Atlas able to find the Shojin. Wit does unfortunately die to the Wrecking Ball. Valpo going to take back control. Only 4 meters claimed for Missouri State.
Forward spawn
Fusick going to be approaching all here. Low ult economy for both teams. Does get antied. Ult comes out. Does find a kill on one of their supports. Wrecking Ball trading one back on our support. We have several members dead for Valpo, and Missouri State is able to reclaim advantage here. Have been at a bit of a standstill for the past 2 minutes, but that's definitely going to be in favor of Valpo with the lead that they've built.
Nothing a quick repair won't fix.
Just over 4 minutes left here. Missouri State going to start pushing. Valpo in an odd positional, a little bit behind their team here. Wait, able to find a kill there. We getting the touch on point, but probably a bit too deep. Drops very low. We'll see if the healing's able to come in. Does get a lot of healing there. Going to stay alive. Wrecking Ball does all here. Able to find a kill. Fusick finding one on Kaiser. That's going to be huge. Valpo dropping a couple, going to have both support ultimates available here. And Genji gonna have ult as well. Genji does end up falling. Missouri State finally starting to crack this one open on offense a bit. Going to get a decent push here as Valpo needs to regroup. And the Wrecking Ball is rotating through these ultimates so fast. Already back up at 75%. Valpo with both supports down and Wit going to need to wait this one out just a bit. They'll have about 50 meters of advantage. It does get spotted out here on flank. Drop down on the team, knock one up. Meepo take down the turret. Are gonna have 4, almost 5 ultimates available for Valpo. We'll see these ults come out. Do have what picking up one B drop coming out. Atlas using his ult as well. Some great shots coming out for Wit, and Valpo dumps 3 of their 5 ultimates here. They got those proxy mines, and Valpo able to stall their push. Missouri State was able to get to 68 meters there. 2 minutes left here in this push map. Valpo just needs to hang on to this lead. Valpo feels like they've just been playing a little bit more defensive here in the second half of this game. Just they got their lead and now they just need to keep it. We do have Wrecking Ball throwing out the mines. Is able to find one. And H Cool Stuff does get traded. Atlas able to find one on Kaiser with the Reflect, and Wrecking Ball taking out Meepo. Do have NH Cool Stuff speeding back here to rejoin the team. Do have gates available for Valpo. Ult economy definitely starting to favor Missouri State here as Valpo has rotated through a lot of theirs. Minute 15 left here. Valpo up about 30 meters. Support all coming out. Inside of Missouri State, Kaiser finding one on Atlas. Missouri State at a bit of an advantage right now. Valpo so far hanging on. Gonna have another ultimate come out from Missouri State. Not able to find one with it just yet. Is going to separate Valpo's team here though. Meepo and Wit down. Just respawning, looking to group up here. Just 30 seconds to hold here as Missouri State is pushing to try and take the lead. Valpo are going to need to get a touch in soon. We'll see the gates open quite soon here.
This ends now.
15 seconds left. Kaiser going to have ultimate come out on Shoja. Meepo dropping quite low, needs to escape. Is able to get out of there. We'll see if the gates can drop. 8 seconds left. Valpo getting their contestant now. Do have a raid come out. B drop. Meepo using those gates as well. And Valpo going to be in the final fight for game 3. This is match point. Kaiser finding one on ANH. Cool stuff. Fusic trading one back. Lamb finding the kill. Fusic finding another with his ultimate with those mines. Doing a whole lot of damage. Genji almost going to be available, but does drop, unfortunately. And Fusic going to drop. And is Wit able to keep on point? They're 4 meters away in overtime. And we'll see if NH Cool Stuff is able to get here in time. It looks like he is able to get the touch in. Is Meepo able to get that touch? No, he gets pushed away. And unfortunately, Valpo is going to drop in game 3. They had the lead the whole time until the last second in overtime. That'll do it for this best of 5 versus Missouri State. Gonna have the Brig from Missouri State with this play of the game. And unfortunately, Valpo Overwatch is going to drop to 1-1 after week 2 versus Missouri State. A very close series, although the scoreboard doesn't say it. But Missouri State able to find the 3-0 win today here. Make sure you guys tune in. We got lots and lots of games this week. We got NECC week 1 starting. Missouri Valley Conference going to be in action Tuesday through Thursday with week 2. And then we're going to have the GLEC on Saturday as well. So make sure you guys tune in. We'll be live just about every evening. So appreciate you guys coming out and go Valpo.